open the doors and then you see outside, wow, Universal Studios, family holding hands.
Why are you talking like you're working in a prison?
Okay. Actually, at the moment, you really felt like it, you know.
Right.
When the doors open, you see a glimmer of hope. All of a sudden, the sun coming from outside, it felt so much nicer than being on the inside, even though it's air conditioned. Working on Christmas, for a chef to work during holidays, yes, you will be pulled away from a very special moment which you share with your family. There again, you're also contributing to society lah. When people want to celebrate their New Year's or like their, for example, Chinese New Year, they want to go to a nice restaurant and have something nice to eat without the hassle of needing to cook at home, the stress, just want to have a nice place to gather together. A restaurant is a good way to escape. Spend a little bit more and have a special moment with family and not needing to have to be stressed. We are happy that we as chefs are able to contribute that moment for you guys to enjoy. But then again, as a chef, this is a sacrifice that we know when we enter the industry. It's not something that when you enter the industry and then you suddenly realize that, oh, I need to work at a holiday, so this sucks. No lah, I feel that as a chef, when you enter the industry, especially if you are Chinese and you enter a Chinese restaurant, you don't need to say, but you kind of already know. With this mental state in mind, you go ahead and you make the sacrifices. What as chefs we hope is for your family to be supportive as well. If you're working in this industry, sometimes people know that, oh, no choice, you really have to work during holiday, means you have to work holiday. Then we celebrate another day, that would be really nice as a kind of support from family. But then again, what can we look forward as a chef? During New Year's or like specific holidays like Christmas, we don't get to see moments like this on a daily basis. We don't get to prepare specific dishes. Like for Chinese New Year, there are specific dishes that we will always eat. Things like pen cai or yu shen or like roast meats. We don't get to prepare it in such a magnitude where tons and tons of families come and we prepare it for them. It's kind of a learning experience for chefs as well. And something to break away from the monotonous tone of cooking every day. The same dishes that you cook in a la carte menu from March all the way to year end kind of thing. And for other chefs, it might be Christmas where you cook Sunday roast or you cook like Thanksgiving turkey, that kind of stuff. So for us chefs, it's a learning experience aside from just the sacrifice of working during a holiday period. Every single event that happens in the restaurant, be it whether it's a festivity or it could just be a dinner party or maybe some book out for the restaurant, it's a sort of challenge because for people who are actually facing the stuff, this is not something that we chefs are able to capitalize on, which is the interaction with customers. For chefs, we are dancing with the ingredients, but but for floor staff, you're dancing with the people who are eating. You tell them, oh, this is the freshest catch of the day. We got this from where. So if you don't see it that way, then you will feel that every single moment is going to be mundane. And during this festive season, where everything is going to be amplified, how do you manage expectations? How do you tell people that, oh look, we are really fully booked right now. Food is gonna be about 30 minutes. Can we give you a little bit of something small in order to tide through, So these are small things that you learn during your very regular mundane day-to-day, and now you're applying it to an amplified moment within this short span of time. That's where you shine. That's what makes you different from the regular, and you are the special one. Sometimes it is hard not to feel the gut-wrenching sadness of they are pulled away from their families to be in this spot in order to create such a special moment just for others.
I was born in a Christian family, so whether I was very involved in the religious side of things or not, I always experienced Christmas in some capacity. So to me, it was a Chinese New Year to us. And then when I first started working full-time in F&B as a barista, floor staff, all that kind of stuff, the very first time I missed Christmas, right? Wow, it's a tragedy. I was not used to it. I started to get very upset, very bitter as Christmas Day draws closer, right? Then you see more parties coming in with their families and shit like that. Then we got to host them. The reality will slowly sink in that you will not have this year. Christmas is something that, whether you enjoy or not, is something that is very contagious. People will be like, wow, it's such a holiday season, I don't really feel like working. So whether you are a Christian or you celebrate Christmas or not, I think it's still something that people want to be involved in.
Yes.
In one period of the year, just for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
right? People will want to take themselves out of the work.
Definitely.
And people want to like, okay, I want to shut down a bit. I don't want to think about learning. I don't think about improving myself. I just want to have a vacation. Another experience that I have is when I went to Europe. It's a big tip for you guys. Don't go to Europe during Christmas, okay? Everything is closed. But that's the point. It's like our Chinese New Year also. I know it's not a cultural thing here. I'm not campaigning for everything to be closed. I think it's more like just a question for both of us because I myself don't have the answer, right?
Back then when I was doing my internship in Resort World Sentosa, right? I mean, Resort World Sentosa is the epitome of your holiday period in Singapore. I mean, okay lah, Singapore got nowhere else to go lah. But Resort World Sentosa is the only place you say, oh, let's go on a holiday. We're going to a different island. When you're working in the central kitchen, right, you don't get to. It's like you kind of don't see daylight.
Yes,
when you take the bus, you go in, you wear your uniform, you enter the underground, you do your work. The next thing you come out is nighttime already. You don't see anything. And sometimes when you go to the function rooms, you see people, having their cocktail party, business parties. You're there replenishing the food. Sometimes when people open the doors and then you see outside, wow, Universal Studios, family holding hands.
You're talking like you're working in a prison.
Okay. Actually, at the moment, you really felt like it. It's like when the doors open and you see a glimmer of hope. All of a sudden, the sun coming from outside, it felt so much nicer than being on the inside, even though it's air conditioned. Yeah, but moments like this, you really have to dig deep inside yourself and ask, question your why. Which is why I shared my point just now. If you really cannot get out of the situation, how else can you view this situation better for yourself? People will say, you are psychoing yourself. Technically, yes, that is true.
But that's the basis of a lot of things, right?
That is truly the basis.
Like even deviate a bit, but like mental health things, right? Also, is you have to train your own mind, man. That's why I respect your angle.
Yeah.
It's more like because this video is a conversation also for everyone to pick a bit of here and there. Like, I want to be Brian, I want to be Cash today. So. How do we give angles or relatability for everybody who's watching this video? So, I get it.
Yes, we want them in the ground. But there are multiple angles. We work in the industry, but people who are actually business owners, they see it differently. Yes, they are also away from their family, but at the same time, as a business in order to survive, they want to capitalize on this very moment where business definitely will be surging. If you close, other businesses are open, then you are losing out, you see.
Yeah.
So we can't put the blame on people who choose to open their restaurant during these festivities. But at the same time, as business owners, you can also try to be fair to your workers after the festivities to give them a little bit extra. They can give something nice, then give something nice. You want to give off day, you want to give a bit more cash, that is great.
Yeah. But in a way, I also appreciate that this conversation has different angles because there could be a group of people out there who just want to work. I don't care. I want the 1.5. Give me all the public holidays. I will work everything, right? And then there are some people who really enjoy that time off, and then they want to be part of the celebrations. We cannot represent everybody when we are doing these kind of videos. Whatever stance you are, right? If you are somebody who enters a restaurant during these festive periods, we all know there's going to be busier. We all know that it's going to be a lot more hectic. I think one people don't consider is most of the time the operation is a bit different during the festive period because like what you mentioned, right, new menus and things like that. So maybe the back end is not as smooth sailing. So there's bound to be cock-ups. So I mean, it's just a bit of a PSA from us, like say, hey, when you go into a restaurant during festive periods, be a bit more thoughtful for the staff, be kind. I'm pretty sure whatever staff is in there, 50% wants to be celebrating with their friends also.
Like what you share, right? When you see families enjoying the moment, you yourself also can't help but feel that, I also wish to be part of this.
I was so resentful, Like I really was so bitter, right? Because I had a bad attitude towards it. Like if what you shared with us about being, psychoing yourself or like having a good mentality about it, I think it'd be a lot better for me. So, let's give some patience and understanding to this stuff that serves us on Christmas Day.
Even though I say to cycle yourself, say it's easy but do is very difficult, right? Some days, even though you cycle yourself, you still have bad days, right? When during this festive moment, a lot of people are excited, they make their reservations, they come down expecting a good time. Sometimes service might be a bit slow, sometimes things might get a little bit chaotic, but show them our love, our kindness, and also enjoy this joyous moment together with our fellow chefs. That's all I have to share for this segment of the Dabao show, and let's have a great festive moment together. See you next time.